I'll do some explanation for the new card release in this Duelist pack, Legend of Duelist 2 in this video. So let's get started. Alright, this is the first card introduced is Gun Cannon Shot. This card effects is if there's some cards which activate coin tossing, and depends on how many hits you get, you can apply of this effect. If you get one hit, you can inflict 500 damage. If you get 2 hits, destroy 1 card your opponent controls, and if you get 3 hits and above, you can look at your opponent's hand and discard 1 card. If you get 3 hits, you can apply 3 of all the effect at the same time. Next, we have 1 newly introduced Ojama cards in this pack. This card name is called Ojama Matching. This card effect is you can send 1 Ojama card or Ojama muscle from your hand or from the field to grave. Then you can add 1 Ojama monster with a different name from the one you sent to the grave just now, and 1 armed dragon monster from your deck or from the grave to your hand. Then after this, you can normal summon 1 of the search monster directly after you search it up. And the next effect is during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 3 of your banished Ojama monster and shuffle them to the deck and draw 1. There's another card kind of combo with this card. We will talk about this a bit later about that card. Next, we have 1 insect related trap introduced in this pack. This card name is called Mushibami no Rinpun. And in English it's kind of called as corrosive powder. And this card effect is you can target 1 insect monster you control and equip to it. Your opponent cannot attack insect monster other than the equipped one. And each time your opponent normal summon or spell summon or the activate card or any effects, you can place 1 skill counter on each of their face up monster, and their monster loses 100 points of attack and defense for each skill counter attached to it. We finally have more Ancient Gear support since Raging Tempest, since last year booster box. This card name is Ancient Gear Frame, and when this card is on the field, you can discard 1 card and you can add from a deck 1 Ancient Gear Golem or any spell and trap which has Ancient Gear Golem in its text, kind of similar to Dark Magician. You can only use this effect once per turn. And when this card leaves the field due to an opponent card effect, you can spell summon up to 3 Ancient Gear Golem or Ultimate Power from your hand, ignoring their summoning condition. Since Ancient Gear Frame has a defense of 500 points, so you can actually use Ancient Gear Box effect to search it out. And all Ancient Gear monsters actually share the same effect, which when they attacks, opponent is unable to activate any spell or traps until the end of damage step. Next, we have this Rainbow Bridge effects. Very simple. Search for 1 crystal spell trap and add it to your hand. And next we have this magical illusion is no face. When the face up eye restrict monster or relinquish you control is destroyed, when this card is in your hand or grave, you can spell summon this card to the field. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can target 1 eye restrict fusion monster or relinquish in your graveyard and spell summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. And next we have Ojama Party, another Ojama support card. If a light machine fusion monster or armed dragon monster you control would be destroyed, and you can banish 1 Ojama card or Ojama monster from a hand, field or graveyard instead. And this card actually combo with the one we mentioned just now, and you can only use each of the following effect of Ojama Party once per turn. During the main phase, you can add 1 Ojama card or Ojama Master from a deck and discard 1 card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon as many Ojama monster from your banish zone. Next, we have this Ojama-dification. The fact is you can reveal 1 light machine fusion monster from extra deck, and you can banish any number of Ojama monster from your hand, field or graveyard, and you can spell summon from your hand, deck or graveyard the fusion material of the revealed light machine fusion monster. And for example, you reveal XYZ and you banish 3 Ojama monster, and you can spell summon from your hand, deck or graveyard 1 X, 1 Y and 1 Z. And you can banish this card from a graveyard and target 3 of your banished Ojama monster, shuffle them to your deck and draw 1. kind of like recycle the banish Ojama that you paid for activating this card. Next we have this Kiseju Paranoido Parasite Paranoid. You can target one face-up monster to the field and equip this card from your hand to that monster. You can only use the equipping effect of Parasite Paranoid once per turn. Even you have second copy, you can still only use once. The equipped monster becomes insect type and is unable to attack any other insect monster. Also, if it activates any effect that targets any insect monster, it is also negated. If this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 7 or higher insect monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning condition. Next, we have this Choshinkano Mayu Cocoon with Super Evolution. You can tribute one insect monster on the field, either you or your opponent, which equipped with an equipped card, actually combo with the previous card that we introduced. And after that, you can special summon one insect monster from a deck, ignoring its summoning condition. And during your main phase, you can actually banish this card from a graveyard and target one insect monster in your grave, shuffle the targeted monster to your deck, and draw one card. You can only use this recycling and draw one effect once per turn. We have this BM4 Bomb Spider used by Bandit Keith. It's just that now it has effect. Now, once per turn, you can target one Dark Machine monster you control and one face-up card your opponent control and destroy them at the same time. If a monster you control, which is Dark Attribute and Machine type, destroy opponent monster by battle or card effect, you can inflict half of the attack of the destroyed monster to your opponent, and this effect can only be used once per turn. Next, we have this Kyoto Cross Dimension. I think it's called as the Battle of Cross Dimension, and you can see that Judai and Professor Chrono is fighting in the field Skyscraper, just like in the anime. Alright, this card effect is you can target one Ancient Gear monster you control, banish it, and return it to the field during the next standby phase, and the monster's attack become double of its original attack until the end of the turn. If an Ancient Gear Golem monster or Ultimate Pound monster will be destroyed, you can actually banish this card from your graveyard instead. Next, we have this Millennium Eyes Illusionisto. Millennium Eye Illusionist. You can discard this card and target one effect monster your opponent control and equip it to an eye restrict fusion monster or relinquish, and it's treated as being equipped by that particular monster. If an eye restrict fusion monster or relinquish is special summoned, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can use each of these effects once per turn. And next we have this field card, Heavy Metal Raiders. And your Dark Machine monster type would not be destroyed by battle once for every turn. And if you take battle damage, that monster increase that by its attack. And once per turn, if a monster you control, which is Dark Attribute and Machine type, destroy a card on the field by battle or effect, you can special summon one Dark Machine type monster from your hand. And next, I would like to show some noticeable reprints from this pack. Okay, these are some of the reprints that I think it's kind of good. Alright, first I'll have Pegasus for Crystal Beast. And next we have this Fusion Monster for Cyber. And this Ojama for Ojamas. Instant Fusion for 1000 Iris Rigs. Okay, and next we have this Air Circuit. And this Wormbait for Crawlers. I think it's like kind of good reprints for this booster pack, because previously it's kind of like a promo. And alright, then next we have this Ultimate Pound. This card kind of sad because it's originally a V-Jump promos, and now it gets reprinted in this. Finally, we are in the foil section. This card is named as Dragon Catapult Cannon. You must first special summon this card by banishing Dragon level 7 and VWXYZ from the field or from the grave. You must special summon Dragon and VWXYZ before you special summon this fusion monster. It's actually Dragon is just standing on top of VWXYZ. and your opponent cannot activate any same name cards from as both players banish zone. And during your opponent turn, you can actually banish one card from a deck or extra deck and banish their field and grave at the same time. This card name is Millennium Ice Sacrifice. Summoning condition is 1 relinquish and 1 effect monster. Once per turn, when an opponent monster activates its effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent control or in their grave. Equip it, and this card gain attack defense equals to the combined equip to this monster by its effect. And the monster equipped by this card, your opponent cannot activate any monster with the same name equipped by this card. So we have this Hogyoku no Kizuna. You can actually activate this card once per turn. When you activate this, search for one Crystal Beast monster and add it to your hand, and another Crystal Beast monster which has a different name and put it at your spell and trap zone. Next, we have this Ancient Gear Fusion. You can special summon one Ancient Gear Fusion monster from extra deck using monster from your hand or field. If you use Ancient Gear Golem or Ultimate Pound on the field as fusion material, you can also use monster from a deck as well. Next, we have this Kyukyoku Hogyokujin Ultimate Crystal Formation. When a Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, send 7 Crystal Beast cards with different name from a hand, deck, or field to the grave. Special summon one Rainbow Dragon Fusion monster from an extra deck. If a face-up Rainbow Dragon monster leaves the field because of an opponent card effect, you can banish this trap card from your graveyard and place any number of Crystal Beast monster from a grave to your spell and trap zone as continuous spell. You can also place the Pendulum monster, Crystal Beast Pendulum monster from the grave and put it on the field. Those are the new cards that I got from my box opening results. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.